You know, I thought about this when I was in church yesterday. I've been thinking about it for a while. And you know, there's really only one person that's in control of this situation. Yeah, you know I'm going there. This is DJ Wolf Live. All right, guys. This is Monday morning. It's cold as I don't know what. March 16th, 2020. Man, you know, springtime is just around the corner, honestly. And today is cold as hell out here. All right, now, first item for bids. I was at church yesterday, and the pastor was, we had some good lessons on Sunday school and stuff, and I thought about one thing. God is in control of the situation, not man. And I'm being honest. Think about it. The coronavirus has been going around for 4 freaking months. All right? There is no specific cure to eradicate this. Like, there's no cure for the common cold. There's no cure for the common flu other than just taking little remedies here and there. Like your vitamins and soups and cough syrup and all of that. But with this, supposedly there are thousands of people who have been cured from it worldwide. I don't know how. For some reason, they won't release it. Somebody on YouTube who I watched said that vitamin C in China has helped a number of Chinese people get rid of the coronavirus. But the mainstream media has not actually published it. Yeah, I've heard that. I've actually heard that. Now, the crazy part about it is that we are still in the 4th month almost of this coronavirus. It's been around since December. A lot of people know that. Really, I think it will start out in late November, early December, something like that time frame. I remember when they first talked about it, and it was pretty serious, and the outbreak stretched from China all over the place, man. I still think it very well may be a man-made virus. I don't know. I still have my suspicions about that. I heard recently that Trump had proposed or gave approval for $8 billion cure out for what they call it. I don't know what's going to be for the coronavirus. I think it's going to help the businesses more than it's going to help the people. I don't know what that's all about. Something about that's really scheming to me. I don't know why. I thought about that. Somebody else said the same thing last night on YouTube. But I think that when it comes to the real deal here, God is in control. And for some reason, after yesterday's service, because I actually was in services all day yesterday, I thought about the fact that I don't seem to be that worried about it. I'm not all that worried about it. I'll be honest. I'm really not all that worried about it. Not at all. I ain't worried about it in the least, or in the such, or at all. I'm just not. I ain't worried about this coronavirus. I thought I might have had some concern about it. I don't have any concern about it. What I am concerned is the people who get it. What I'm not concerned about the fact is I'm not worried about the fact that it's something that I should lose my mind over. I really don't feel that this is necessary for a pandemic. Even Trump was saying, you don't need to overspend or buy out everything, with this binge buying. And I have to agree with that. One of the few things I've ever agreed with Trump on. It's not necessary. Think about other people other than yourself that you're so selfish that you're going to buy out everything where no one else can get anything. That's some selfish shit, excuse my French. It really is very selfish. I just need it. Like my pastor was saying yesterday, just take what you need. He was in a situation, he talked about that in the church yesterday, where he was saying that he was going to the store and he picked out one item that probably people were looking to get, and they were like, "Are there anything left? Where'd you get that from?" And he said, just get what you need. And he was totally right. Same thing Trump said. And I had to agree with both of them. You know, think of others other than yourself, man. You know, think about your fellow man, fellow woman. You know, what they may need. They may need it more than you do. You know, if you think about the big picture of it all. Because I was thinking about this, and man, you know why people are so greedy? Did you really need to get that? You know, I'm at a point now in my life, in my age now, there's certain things I don't really need that I would like to have, but I don't really need anymore. You know, I told you guys about the gears that I would like to get. One gear I'm thinking about getting more than I am the other because it's not only lower price, but it has a lot more features that I'm looking to do. It is more, how can I put it? It's a lot more things I can do with it as not only a production tool, but a performance tool, which is why I'm thinking about leaning towards one against the other. I'll talk about that in another podcast. But I don't really need it because I have something similar to it already that actually is more versatile than that. You know, but I can use it for my bedroom studio, which is the only reason why I may seriously consider getting it. But again, more on that later. But I thought about what both my pastor and Trump was saying. It's true. Do you really need to go out your way to get all of that? You know, because when you doing all that binge buying, what's going to happen? There's not going to be anything for anybody left to go get. And you might be depleting something that a family may desperately need to get or have. And stock that you done bought everything out for. Now, they said there was this one guy, I heard about it, was buying certain supplies out left and right, and they're going to try to put it out on eBay. Now, that's just plain out greed, man. That's greed. You know, that may be the very reason why we're in the situation we're in, because of greedy ass people like that fool. Somebody try to post a hand sanitizer. This is no joke. This is a true story. Hand sanitizer for $80 a bottle. $80 for hand sanitizer. Who the hell would do that? Some greedy bastard. You thought about nobody but their own self-gain. You know? I bought one bottle of hand sanitizer about almost 2 months ago. And I put it in my office. It's not even half empty. People are using it. One person complained about, it's stinky. That shit don't stink. That shit smells good, actually. But she gonna complain about it. I'm bringing the hand sanitizer for everybody in my office to use, and you complain about it? You're a total bitch on wheels, man. Sorry. I said it's better than nothing. That's why I said beats nothing. You know? Some people can't even get the hand sanitizer. You know? For real. That's just ridiculous. I bought it for the benefit of everybody in my office, you know, to keep your hands clean or whatever. Now, one thing I didn't get a chance to get this weekend was some wipes for my desk, which is what I should have got. But I'll take care of that. I'll probably just modify and use the hand sanitizer and put some on the towel and just clean my desk off with it. Same thing. Anyway, but it's just the fact that people are just getting greedy. There were lines. My wife just showed me this morning. There were lines at airports for people to go through the security check with that, you know, with the sanitary thing that they're doing out there at the airports now. Lines a mile long at the airports. Just crowds of people to get checked. The TSA and all that. About a pound. I mean, I've never seen anything like that before. I think it was in Chicago somewhere. In other parts of the country were long lines at Costco to get to the door. People just buying out grocery stores left and right. Walmart cutting back hours. You know, so they can go ahead and clean their shelves and stuff off. So clean their shelves and stuff off so they can actually restock, because they run out of supply so fast. You know, what's this world coming to, man? Entire cities empty. Rome and other places around Italy completely shut down. You know? People having to stay at home to do the work now. through teleworking and all that. My son used to do teleworking years ago for a company he worked for. Anyway, it's gotten crazy out here, man. I'm not concerned. I'll just pray for the people who really need the help that they need, you know, because now it's got to a point now, and I heard some hospitals are closing. I heard a couple of hospitals. I don't know if that's true. I haven't gotten facts on that yet. But some emergency places are closed because of coronavirus. That's crazy. What I did want to mention was last year I was looking at something that I posted on a video. You can look it up. I'm talking about the superbug. I had the superbug last year. They didn't actually call it super. They told me mine was a virus. I mean, not virus. I'm sorry. I take that back. They told me mine was like I had a strong case of allergies because it was around this time of the year when I contracted. They wouldn't call it superbug. They would say it was allergies. Oh, I don't believe it because I had a lot of the symptoms of the coronavirus last year. And they briefly talked about superbug last year. But then they stopped talking. It just went away. I'm not bullshitting. Excuse my French. The story completely went away. Wow, was traffic this morning. I ain't never seen much traffic in here. This time of morning ever. But yeah, it was called superbug. Y'all remember that. And they talked about it for about a hot minute. The media did. It just went away. Like it was talking about 1 minute, it was a flash on television, and then the next day, nothing. Couldn't find it anywhere. I mean, literally, you couldn't find it online nowhere. I looked all over. Yeah. And I know for a fact there was something going around last year because I was at the Kaiser last year. I was at a local Kaiser facility. And not only did I have a mask on when at the time, you heard people left and right and they're coughing. A dozen other people beside myself had something going around. I don't know what it was. But I had some of the same symptoms. I had congestion in my chest. I had to take a inhaler. I never used an inhaler before in my life until last year. All right. Then I was on 3 different medications on top of that. And I had to take off by a week. Yeah. I had problems breathing. You know, that's why I think it's very, very similar to what this coronavirus was. I don't remember about the fever part. I don't think I had the fever. I had everything else. I had a headache. I had everything else but that. And that's why I said my guess is probably the same thing. I wouldn't be too surprised about that. You know. But it felt very similar to it though. But this thing right here, I'm not there's all this pandemic, this media frenzy, which the media does play some part of it. I'm not gonna lie, the media does play some part of it. It's partial media, partial government in terms of them putting the panic out on people. And you know, which is what I'm thinking. I mean, but I don't think it's all media is doing it. You know, the media didn't create the disease, but the media sensationalized what is going on. That's for damn sure. You know, there's no doubt that the media does play some role on it. But it ain't entirely the media because the thing that's going on is not created by the media itself because it's really happening. The media is not forcing those people to go into shelter in their own homes. Come on, let's be real about that. Come on, talk with common sense around here. You know, I'm not saying that the media is not completely at fault, but you can't blame the media for people going in. This is something that they were doing themselves. Or the media made people go in their homes and quarantine themselves. No, the government said that. Media didn't say that. You know, the media is only harping about what was actually put out by the local authorities. That's all they're doing. You know? Where else you gonna find out from? You know? But I'm not concerned about it. really not. If anything, this might be, this may be a wake up call for everybody to stay clean, to do the diligence to keep themselves clean and take care of their personal hygiene every single day. You got guys going in men's rooms and women's rooms, and women going to women's rooms, do the business and come out and don't even wash your hands. Yeah. And then be touching on everything, shaking on everybody's hands and stuff. After they did the business and don't wash. I've seen it happen countless times. It's just nasty. Just nasty. I've never in my life that I can recall where I would go to the bathroom and do my business and not wash my hands. That's disgusting. I wouldn't even want it in my hands. I really wouldn't. But like I said, the way this disease has traveled so intense, man, I just feel personally that it's man-made. It's like a man-made virus. You know how the virus spread when it comes to the computers? The computer viruses, how fast the computer viruses spread? Well, this is the same thing. That's what I'm thinking. It's got to be man-made on some level because this virus spread so fast, and it's spread faster across this country. And we've had more cases in the country in about a month than China did in 3-4 months. I was telling my wife something else, and this is the last topic on this I'm going to talk about regarding this for right now. I said, this remind me of a mad scientist. I don't know for you old heads, a lot of old heads know, all these spy shows and movies in the 1960s used to come out with these different scenarios where people were coming up with ways to take over and conquer the world. And they would threaten the world, saying, hey, if you don't, give me $1 million. Well, at the time it was like $1 million. $1 million ain't nothing for people now. If you don't give me $1 million, I'm going to put this out here, and I have the antidote. This is kind of like what I'm thinking about right now, because you've been hearing about all these people who've been recovering, but they never tell you exactly how they got recovered. Some people said, well, because they were quarantined. Which, if that's the case, if they were recovered because they were quarantined, that means the virus is ongoing. There's something in the air. There's got to be. If you sit in the house for 14 days and you're not, outside or nothing can contaminate, your sense of smell or through your skin or anything like that, and you're not exposed, that means something in the air or something else is going on that's causing a problem. Which means to me it's a bigger issue. Because if you get cured by just being quarantined, then something else is happening. It's got to be. What? Don't know. They won't tell you. That's why I'm thinking it may be man-made. I could be wrong about that. I could very well be wrong. But all I know is God's in control. God don't want you to worry. God wants you to have faith in Him. To God the glory. Well, He said, vengeance is mine. You're not supposed to worry. What you leave in God's hands. I don't know. That's the way I feel. I really do. I'm not really concerned about it. I talk to other people who say the same thing. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, it's a bad situation for people across the country, across the world. There's no doubt about that. But if I sit there and like one guy said, we had a function to go to for my niece's birthday party, right? And over the weekend. And the guy said, he said, I'm so happy to see families enjoying each other and getting out, and not letting this thing stop them from doing what they need to do. The white guy told me that. And I couldn't argue more about it. He was right. And it was a good thing. We weren't concerned about it. It's in God's hands. We don't know how long this thing gonna last. We don't know if it's gonna how bad it's gonna affect people at some point. We don't know if it's gonna affect the future of our children. We don't know. We don't know. Man has yet to figure out what's causing it. Man has yet to figure out really if we can even find a cure for this thing right now. You know, it's gotten to that point because right now there is none. You gotta leave it up to God. That's all there is to it. This is DJ Wolf. Of course, as always, and in this case, we will have a lot more to say about this. Stay tuned. It will be in the back burner. I can promise you that. Because we've been talking about it. It's been all over the news. As a matter of fact, it's been the number one topic for the last 3 weeks. All right, guys. This is DJ Wolf. And remember, God's in control. I'm out.